Good evening. My name is John Ashley, and I live at 20. Tonight's our 10th meeting anniversary, and it's been a pleasure these past 5 months, but sadly I'm getting the feeling that you aren't enjoying our time together as much as I am. No new laws, no letters to Richmond. Tonight only. You can get me to take my therapy sessions elsewhere for the low price of looking into this camera and repeating 2 sentences that are a collection of Montgomery County policies. You think it's bad, but I have good news for whichever one of you views this position as a stepping stone to bigger and better things. At the beginning of the sentence, just add, "Johnny, I didn't know this until you brought it to my attention." And then at the end of it say, "But now that I know, I'm going to look into it." There's politicians who are funded by people that don't even live in their districts because people agree with their message. Publicly being against an unpopular policy might be surprisingly beneficial. You aren't prosecutors or law enforcement. You aren't responsible for my issues. I do have people I am mad at, though, for things I've never mentioned here. I got them dead to rights. So if you want to say these 2 sentences tonight, I'm going to go to that town and make them hate me twice as much as you might. I spoke to the sheriff in the hallway last time when I was here, and I asked him about my little spiel about perjury in the commission of an abduction, and he said, quote, "No one would take it seriously." Every time I say law enforcement response at the beginning of these, that's what I mean. I took it seriously enough to try to kill myself. If that cop had shot me, do you think they would have taken it serious too? According to a 2018 article by the Daily Record, a local newspaper owned by USA Today, they reported that $10 billion a year is spent on divorce and custody matters. I'm sorry, $100 billion a year is spent on divorce and custody matters. Of course, the $100 billion a year club doesn't take it seriously. But I'm talking about the 51% of the people that voted for you and 100% of the taxpayers funding you. You can ask the sheriff to say it. It's his policy. But I am going to need an elected official to say on camera, quote, "In Montgomery County, if you commit the right series of felonies, you can legally abduct a child." If that's an accurate description of county policy, say it. If it's not, let's get prosecuting. The second sentence is about the criminal Melanie Atkins and the New River Valley Community Services covering up her crimes. This is the straw that broke my back and brought me here to you. I have filed 2 unanswered complaints. I gave you the video. I gave you the paperwork. Has anyone found these 3 mysterious times she claimed I didn't say I wasn't a danger to myself or anyone else? Crazy how her report didn't mention the 7 times I did say it, and the 3 times she agreed. I also like how she wrote that the 3rd time I said it, I claimed I had said it 2 other times. Is she saying I didn't? It's on video that I did. Melanie Atkins also never looked at any evidence. I had to prove any of the evidence I had to prove my story. The paperwork I sent you, I didn't get that until I filed a Freedom of Information request at the 700 building. At the hearing where I was held indefinitely, they also took my gun rights. If I'd had that paperwork, I could have been able to prove that I was being falsely held. So the policy must be to withhold evidence. The second sentence is, quote, "The policy of Montgomery County Mental Health Agency is to falsify medical records, deny another agency's policy, which creates an emergency situation allowing people to be restrained for days, then to withhold evidence from court proceedings to take away gun rights, and then accept insurance and Medicaid." This is what happened, and if no one's setting this wrong, then it must be the policy. So can someone say that's the policy? Thank you. Y'all have a good evening.